It's almost like a lack of dignity that you have to have in making these movies. You have to really not be afraid to make a fool out of yourselves.
I was wondering, with a varied filmography, actors need to, exercise their range. What makes working on a superhero action genre worth doing?
Well, there's so many things about it that are worth doing. First of all, I think there's so much in these films that requires pure imagination. Not that we don't have practical sets, we do, but oftentimes you're working with green screen, you're working with things that are not there or material. And I think that requires a kind of play that's actually closest to the kind of play that we do as children. And I think that's a really tough thing to access. There's also a lack of I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a lack of dignity that you have to have in making these movies. You have to really not be afraid to make a fool out of yourselves. And I think that is something that is tremendous and really stretches your range. And then also just the stamina that these films take. In some cases you're working on them for 6 or 8 months, and then you come back and you do reshoots many months later, and also to get in the kind of shape requires a certain level of discipline, which I think is tremendous for an actor. And so I think there's so much that these films require that is really useful if you're interested in it and if you like the challenges I happen to. I really wanted to make a film like this before I got cast in Thor Ragnarok.
I'm putting together the greatest team ever.
Are you packed? Yes.
Coming back to Jane, you're also reuniting with a bunch of co-stars from different films that you've been in. So what was it like reuniting with Tessa and reuniting with Christian and of course with Chris and, kind of playing together because, it's a fun movie?
It was so incredible getting to work again with so many of the actors that I had previously worked with. I really appreciated getting another opportunity with Chris and with Tessa, who is also a great friend. It was just really fun to get to play again and also to come on set feeling comfortable already. It's incredible to have even more places to go with a character, and Chris has done such an incredible job that we have plenty more to see even after this. So it's been wonderful to have I think to get to work with Tessa in this way and explore our friendship a little bit in the film. And it's been nice to have a variety of female characters that I think kids can relate to and see different possibilities for women's personalities and superpowers and all that.
There's my ex-girlfriend Jane. Valkyrie.
This is the best day of my life!
What was that like taking, now you've worked with someone and now you're in a different environment with different skills and, settings. What was that like?
For me, it feels really inspiring. Natalie is such an incredible actor who has been working for a long time now. And I feel really inspired when I see someone that has been doing it for a long time and they're still trying to reach new heights and do things that challenge them, and this was so new. Natalie speaks about this, but it's very seldom, especially as a woman, that you're asked actually to expand yourself, to get bigger, to get as big as you can get. Typically, you're asked to get smaller in all sorts of ways. So watching her do that and take up that challenge, and then, she and I, outside of Annihilation, have also just had the opportunity to work together as colleagues in thinking around how to make this business more equitable, more safe for women and for girls and for folks. And so to me, she's actually just a real life superhero in a lot of ways. And so to get to play with her in this space as one is also just fun.
It was so fun to have kind of a friend in real life and a friend in my character's life, because I think it's sadly so rare in films that, I've spent so much of my career being the only actress in a movie or the whenever I've had the opportunity to work with other actresses, it's always much more fun and much more powerful and meaningful. I think that it obviously makes a character too so much more. It gives you different ways to express the character.
He reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh, spoke too soon.
Jane? Flick too hard, damn it!
Shall we help him? Eventually. Great.